everyone, I'm Georgia and this is The Sound of Georgia, and today we're going to be doing my bookshelf tour. I've said it in other videos before, but Booktube was a big reason as to why I started my channel. Watching it made me feel like, yes, I could do this more than any other section of YouTube did. I'm not a booktuber, as suggested by the title of this video, but I said in a video a few weeks back that I did want to do the bookshelf tour. And there have been a few other little booktube or booktube related things that have snuck on. You know, if they have something to do with musicals or Julie Andrews. Anyway, mine are the Billy shelves, and as you will see as we go along, I have quite a few books with the pages facing out. Those are the books I haven't read, so all the books on my TBR have the pages facing out, so I know which ones I haven't read. But now that all that's out of the way, let's get into the video. So I'm holding my tripod right now because it's as high as I could go and still not high enough, but I'm just going to give you an overview of the top. So here I have all my Big Bang Theory wacky wobblers. I didn't make a Bernadette, which makes me really sad. I'm going to miss this show. And in front of all of them I just have a whole bunch of those little Kimmy dolls. I can't remember all their names and I'm not going to take them down to tell you, but there you go. And on the first shelf I just have some photos. I'm not going to go into them too much because I don't want to violate anybody's privacy. And I've also got my little Gus Gus and Mrs. Potts and Chip Funkos. So here we have my Shadowhunters shelf. So for the items I have my steel keychain. I have my custom Gem Carstairs Funko Pop. This was made by Happenthorn Customs. I'll leave a link to the Etsy shop in the down below. Then I have my Shadowhunter tarot cards and my Eratse necklace. And then I just have some pictures from the book covers. So there's the cover from Clockwork Princess and the cover from City of Lost Souls. So for the books, first we have the Infernal Devices trilogy, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. Then I have the Mortal Instruments series, City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels. I love this cover, Isabel looks so badass. City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Then I have the Dark Artificers trilogy, Lady Midnight, which I'm currently reading. By the time you see the video, I'll have finished it. In my Hamilton book tag video the other week, I said that I liked a marathon series for the most part, and so that's why I waited until Queen of Air and Darkness was out to start reading these. Lord of Shadows and Queen of Air and Darkness, which is a goddamn chunk of a book. These are all by Cassandra Clare. The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Rees Brennan and Maureen Johnson. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Rees Brennan, Maureen Johnson and Robin Wasserman. Then I have the Shadowhunters Codex by Cassandra Clare and Josh Lewis. And an illustrated history of notable Shadowhunters and denizens of Downworld by Cassandra Clare. So moving down onto the next shelf, this is probably one of my favourite shelves in all my bookshelves. I think it looks very cool. I have my Vanellope Disney Infinity figure. I have my Rapunzel Funko Pop. Then I have my Fangirl Custom Funko Pops. So that's Kat and then Levi. These were made by Hamel Pop. I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop in the down below. She's brilliant. She's where I get most of my custom Funko Pops from. Then I have my Belle Funko Pop and my Maleficent Disney Infinity figure. So moving on to the books, Lola and the Boy Next Door and Isla and the Happily Ever After, both by Stephanie Perkins. Run, The Duff, A Midsummer's Nightmare, Lying Out Loud, and That's Not What Happened, all by Cody Keplinger. Attachments, Eleanor and Park, Fangirl, which might just be my favourite book in the whole universe. You saw my tea in the thumbnail. And of course Carry On. All these are by Rainbow Rowell. The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. This one's signed and personalised. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. P.S. I Still Love You. And Always and Forever Lara Jean, which are the 3 books in the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy by Jenny Han. Caraval and Legendary, both by Stephanie Garber. My Lady Jane and My Plain Jane, both by Cynthia Hand, Brodie Ashton and Jodie Meadows. This one's the one from Owlcrate. I just switched the dust jackets around because I really didn't like the exclusive cover. I don't have a subscription to Owlcrate, I just bought the book on its own. Moving on down to my next shelf, I have the Queen of Hearts Funko Pop, my Princess Leia and Rey Disney Infinity figures, and my Katniss Everdeen Funko Pop. Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, Queen of Hearts, Blood of Wonderland, and War of the Cards by Colleen Oakes. After Alice by Gregory Maguire, Alice in Zombieland, Through the Zombie Glass, The Queen of Zombie Hearts, and A Mad Zombie Party, all by Gina Showalter. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. The Star Wars Trilogy by George Lucas, Donald E. Glutt, and James Caan. Freaks by Amanda Hocking. The Immortal Rules, The Eternity Cure, and The Forever Song, which make up the Blood of Eden trilogy, all by Julie Kagawa. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, which is the Hunger Games trilogy, all by Suzanne Collins. Church of Marvels by Leslie Parry, Hating Alice and Ashley by Robin Klein, and Looking for Ella Brandy by Melina Marchetta. Yes, it's pronounced Marchetta. This next shelf might actually be my favourite out of any of my bookshelves. I just love how colourful it is. On here I have my Moana Funko Pop, my Tiana Funko Pop, and my Jasmine Funko Pop. For the books we have An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Who the F is Hank Green? Yes, I watch Vlogbrothers, DFTBA. The Fault in Our Stars, An Abundance of Catherines, and Turtles All the Way Down, all by John Green. Codename Verity, and Roads Under Fire by Elizabeth Wine, I'm not sure. Daughter of the Burning City, and Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. Dumplin by Julie Murphy, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, The Upside of Unrequited, and Leah on the Offbeat, all by Becky Albertalli. The Game of the Goose by Ursula Dubosowski. This is signed and personalised, which is the only reason I keep it at all. 2005 me really liked it, 2019 me not so much. Top 8, What's Your Status? And Unfriended by Katie Finn, aka Morgan Matson. Marked, Betrayed, Chosen, Untamed, and Hunted by PC and Kristen Cast. There are 12 books in this series, and 6 was the last really good one, but it has a cliffhanger, so I just keep these 5. The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. The Raven Boys, The Dream Thieves, Blue Lily Lily Blue, and The Raven King, all by Maggie Stiefvater. House of Secrets Battle of the Beasts, both by Chris Columbus and Ned Vizzini. Yes, the Chris Columbus that directed Harry Potter. And House of Secrets Clash of the Worlds by Chris Columbus, Ned Vizzini, and Chris Rylander. And finally, we have the bottom shelf of this one, which, as you can see, is not that full. That's alright, there's space for more. And on this one I have another 3 Funko Pops. So I have Cher from Clueless, Miguel from Coco, and Ferris Bueller from, well, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And as you can see, there's just nothing that I've read on this shelf. A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light, which make up the Shades of Magic trilogy by V.E. Schwab. A bind-up of the 3 books in the His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman. Northern Lights, known to all you Americans as The Golden Compass. The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. The Bookworms Library of Secret Lives by Roger McAuliffe. Another book that's signed and personalised because he's a friend of the family and, well, he signed it for me. Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman. The Governess Game by Tessa Dare. The Diviners by Libba Bray. Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And the Young Readers edition of The Power of One by Bryce Courtney. Even though this is stacked with its spine out, I actually haven't read it. But I actually have no desire to read it. But it's signed and personalised, which is really the only reason I keep it. So here's just an overview of the top of these bookshelves. So I have my Wicked Barbie dolls, so there's Elphaba and then Glinda. Then I have my Paralympic Becky Barbie in the middle, and on either side of her are my 2 uni plushies. Yes, from Neopets. Yes, I still play it. Yes, I love it. And on top of this one, I have my 2 tea set pieces that look like strawberries. My Alice in Wonderland figure, statue, whatever. I think it's a Couture de Force one. I think that's what it's called. And then my little Meneki Noko. For the top shelf on my next bookshelf, I have my classics shelf. So I have my Alice in Wonderland Disney Infinity figure sitting right in front of the Alice in Wonderland book. My Winnie the Pooh Funko Pop, the Christopher Robin version, sitting right next to the Winnie the Pooh books because it's so tall and I can't stick him in front. Then we have my Elizabeth Bennet Funko Pop in front of the Jane Austen books, and my Tinkerbell Disney Infinity figure right in front of Peter Pan. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, The Brothers Grimm Fairy Tales by, well, the Brothers Grimm, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, The Secret Garden, and A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. National Velvet by Enid Bagnold, Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Winnie the Pooh, the complete collection of stories and poems by A.A. Milne, The Little Mermaid and Other Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, probably my favourite cover out of any of the books I own. Heidi by Johanna Spyri, Emma, Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, Sense and Sensibility, Mansfield Park, and Northanger Abbey, all by Jane Austen. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, Pygmalion, A Romance in 5 Acts by George Bernard Shaw. I have no idea what he was on to decide that this was a romance, but whatever. And The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. So this shelf is a continuation, sort of my classic shelf. All it has is the first 2 books in the Anne of Green Gables series, but I do want to read the rest and I'll run out of space on my main classics bookshelf if I put them on there. So for the figures, we have my Ariel and Merida Pop dolls, and I just put them up here because they're redheads. Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea by Ellen Montgomery. Moving on down, I think it's pretty obvious what this shelf is. It's my Harry Potter shelf. And it's packed because, well, Harry Potter's a big thing. So first of all, I have my Pop dolls. So there's Newt Scamander up there, my favourite Wizarding World character ever. He's just so adorable. And in front of him is Queenie and Tina. I really didn't like the Jacob Pop they had, so I didn't get him, even though I love Jacob. And moving across, we have the Golden Trio. So there's Hermione, Harry, and then Ron. Then I have Luna, who's my favourite Harry Potter character. And up the top I have Albus Dumbledore. And hanging in front of the Fantastic Beasts books I have my Newt Scamander pendant. On top of the books I have my Spectrospecs and my Hermione wand pin that I got when I went to King's Cross Station. Behind the Golden Trio I have my Hogwarts letter. I'm not going to show it to you because it has my address on it. Behind Luna I have the included London to Hogwarts platform 9 3/4 ticket. And in front of everything I have Seraphina Picquary's wand. So first we have J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World, a pop-up gallery of curiosities, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the original screenplay, and Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, the original screenplay. The Tales of Beedle the Bard, Quidditch Through the Ages by Kenilworthy Wisp, aka J.K. Rowling, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by Newt Scamander, aka J.K. Rowling. Then moving on to this stack we have the entire series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the Special Rehearsal Edition script by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. Really, it's just by Jack Thorne. Then I have the 3 illustrated Harry Potter editions, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. These are, again, of course, by J.K. Rowling with illustrations by Jim Kay. So now we have another themed shelf, and I think, like Harry, it's pretty obvious what this is. It's my Hamilton shelf, because I love Hamilton so much. So on here we have my custom Alexander Hamilton, or rather Lin-Manuel Miranda as Alexander Hamilton, Funko Pop. Like the Fangirl Pops, this was made by Hamilpop. Again, the link is in the description. Then in front of him I have my little and Peggy inspired hair bow. I also bought this on Etsy, and I can't remember the name of the shop, but I will link it in the down below. And then on either side I have my 4 $10 notes. Yes, there are 4 of them. My dad brought them back when he went to America, and so I just had them laminated and stuck them on my bookshelf. Alex and Eliza, and Love and War by Melissa De La Cruz. These were my 2 favourite books that I read in 2018. Don't ask me to choose. If I had to choose, it's a tie. I, Eliza Hamilton by Susan Holloway Scott. The Book That Made Me Sing, The Hamilton Affair by Elizabeth Cobbs. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there were scenes in this that put the entire song in my head. Not just certain lines, the entire song. Hamilton and Peggy by L.M. Eliot. And of course, Hamilton the Revolution by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Jeremy McCarter. On this shelf I have my 2 Grease Funko Pops, so Danny and Sandy, as well as my Columbia Pop from Rocky Horror. So first up for the books we have the Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz, Stormbreaker, Point Blanc, Skeleton Key, Eagle Strike, Scorpia, Archangel, Snakehead, Crocodile Tears, Scorpia Rising, Russian Roulette, and Never Say Die. This is one of my favourite series. Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, which of course is the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. Then we have the Skullduggery Pleasant series by Derek Landy. Skullduggery Pleasant, Playing with Fire, The Faceless Ones, Dark Days, Mortal Coil, Deathbringer, Kingdom of the Wicked, Last Stand of Dead Men, and The Dying of the Light. Then we have the 2 companion books, The Maleficent 7 and Armageddon Outta Here. On my next shelf I've got my Frozen Funko Pops. So I have Elsa, I've got Frozen Fever Anna, and the 3 little Snowies that Anna came with. So this is the shelf where I keep all my CP books. So all the books that have characters with cerebral palsy. Because as someone with cerebral palsy, I want to read a whole lot of books that feature characters with CP. There are some other non-CP books on this shelf, but for the most part it's my CP bookshelf. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. This is another Outcrate exclusive book, so it is signed. Again, I don't have a subscription to Outcrate, I just bought the book on its own because I really liked it. The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. These are both by Mackenzie Lee, and they may not feature a character with CP, but they do feature a character with epilepsy, so there's that. Geekerella by Ashley Poston. And now the CP books start with Gadget Girl, The Art of Being Invisible by Suzanne Kamata. Accidents of Nature by Harriet McBride Johnson, which is my other favourite book in the entire world. And if this video makes even one person pick up this book, then I have done my duty. That one subscriber, you know who you are. If you're watching this, thank you. Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. The Running Dream by Wendelin Van Dranen. Wendelin, I don't know. Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. Sway by Kat Spears. The Beauty Is in the Walking by James Maloney. And the final CP book on the shelf, Truly, Wildly, Deeply by Jenny McLaughlin. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. And Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. So on my next shelf I have more of my Disney Princess Funko Pops. So I have Pocahontas, Milan on the end, and then Snow White, Cinderella and Aurora in the middle. Onto the books we have Six of Crows, and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, Roseblood by A.G. Howard, the Splintered Trilogy by A.G. Howard, which includes Splintered, Unhinged, and Ensnared, The Architect of Song, The Hummingbird Heart, and The Glass Butterfly. These are also all by A.G. Howard, and they're the first 3 books in the Haunted Hearts legacy. The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Also by Sarah J. Maas we have the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruin. Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller. And I have the Percy Jackson series, which I cannot get out of that box set for the life of me. But we have The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. And finally, for this shelf, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Lere Sons. Moving along, on this shelf I have all my Miss Peregrines Funko Pops. So I have Miss Peregrine, Jake and Emma, and then at the front there's Miss Peregrine in her Embryon form. Onto the books, first I have the Fallen series by Lauren Kate, Fallen, Torment, Passion, and Rapture. Then I have the Miss Peregrine series by Ransom Riggs, hence the Funko Pops, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City, Library of Souls, and A Map of Days, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. This is the Daughter of the Smoke and Bone trilogy by Lady Taylor. And finally, my favourite book from my childhood, The Lottie Project by Jacqueline Wilson. So on my next shelf I have all my Princess Bride Funko Pop. So I have Inigo Montoya, I have Buttercup, I have Wesley. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Fairest, Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter, which make up the Lunar Chronicles. This is also by Marissa Meyer. Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice, which make up the Vampire Academy series. Bloodlines, The Golden Lily, The Indigo Spell, The Fiery Heart, Silver Shadows, and The Ruby Circle. This is the Bloodline series, and everything from Vampire Academy to this is by Rochelle Mead. And lastly, to fit with all the pops, The Princess Bride by William Goldman. Next I have my odd shelf, so I have my Scarecrow Funko Pop, who I call Fiero because wicked. I have my One Short Day Glitter Globe. I have my Wicked One Short Day green glasses. And I have my Glinda necklace. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. The Wicked Years Quartet by Gregory Maguire. Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. Son of a Witch, A Lion Among Men, and Out of Oz. Then I have my Wicked script, which is signed by most of the OBC. My dad bought it online for me somewhere. I haven't actually seen the OBC. Wicked the Musical, a pop-up compendium of splendiferous delight and thrillifying intrigue. And then I have Wicked the Grimmery, which is the book about the making of the musical and behind the scenes and all that sort of thing. So now we're on to the final shelf of this bookshelf, and I really apologise for the lighting on the whole of this shelf, really. I just don't have a good light source for this angle. So on the bottom of this shelf I just have all my DVDs. So in front of all the DVDs I have my Breakfast Club Funko Pops. So we have Brian Johnson, Andrew Clark, Alison Reynolds, Claire Standish, and of course John Bender. And here we have the final shelf. Most of this is just taken up by all my diaries and journals and things, but there are a few miscellaneous books, so I'll just show you them. And of course I have my Lorax Funko Pop, because, well, you'll see in a minute. Introvert Doodles by Maureen Marzi Wilson, and I just have my school hymn book. My original very beat up copy of The Lottie Project by Jacqueline Wilson. This is the one I read to death, and you've seen my other copy earlier. It's the only book I have more than one copy of, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. Girl Stuff, Your Essential Guide to the Teen Years by Kaz Cook. Angel May by Shirley Hughes. This was my favourite picture book when I was little, and to be honest, it probably is still my favourite picture book. And I have my signed Big Bang Theory pilot script. Like the Wicked one, this is just one my dad found somewhere. The Lorax, and I had trouble in getting to Solar Salou. Both of these are, of course, by Dr. Seuss, and I know them both by heart. And there you have it, all my bookshelves. I now have a greater appreciation for every booktube ever. This was a big, tough video to do. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what your favourite book is. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my video next week. So long, farewell!